All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday to start off the week, and hope you're ready for a brand new month as we get into October here in the trading month. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome, guys, on YouTube. Let's get our main camera up here. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Can you guys hear me okay? I just want to do a quick mic check. Excellent. Perfect, guys. All right, so let's get to it. Here's our watch list today. We'll go over our top plays and highlights for the day. We'll also see what we have on our gappers list. Norm might be a little bit late today. I know his son had a fever last night, so he possibly might be joining us a little late or not even at all. So we'll see how that works out. So let's get to it, guys. Let's look at our highlight from yesterday. So here we had Baba. Let's look at the 5-minute, and then we'll get our 1-minute in line as well and see how that traded yesterday. Just bring it right over here. All right, here we go. So here we have Baba, guys. Again, I don't like trading Baba much, but I did have it on my watch list because we didn't have a lot else going on. So I didn't pay close attention to it, but you can see here had a beautiful drop. Looking at this now after the fact, it does look like it gave you a beautiful short play here after it could not establish anything above the VWAP. Again, not sure exactly how this how the price action was, the price activity at the open. You can see he just couldn't hang on above the VWAP and these moving averages, loses the VWAP, and then becomes a beautiful drop at least towards the low of the day right here at that time, and then continues to drop. Gives you a small hesitation move here and then continues to drop, and you can see on the 5-minute just beautiful opening candle here, and you can see that nice beautiful drop losing VWAP. If you wait a bit, you can also got another entry right around here, and it just became a beautiful drop towards the bottom. So that was Baba. JD has similar action, but Baba had a lot more volume, so the price activity was a lot better on Baba. But this one here, what I like about this one is it does a beautiful engulfing cracks. So this one has a nice pattern heading up, and then the next candle completely engulfs the previous candle. This right here, as you know, guys, is usually a signal that the stock is ready to reverse in the other direction. So you could have got an entry right here at the VWAP, or some people like to wait for the pullback. This would have been another good entry here to head short. And you can see this thing drops down all the way from 28.26, 28.60 all the way down to 28. So that would have been a good drop on JD. AMD, again, it was a good play, but I was watching this one very closely. It was just not as clean to get in here for opening range breakdown. Again, after the fact, this looks clean now. You get a nice little pullback here towards the VWAP, and then it drops. Then from here, it just becomes extremely choppy on the 5. The 1 looks good on that first drop. Then from there, it's just not really tradable. Couldn't find any way to get into this one here. Next, we had MU. Hey, good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing well. You?
I'm doing okay. So here we have MU. MU's dropped nicely. Kind of did like a double bottom. Not clean, not as clean as I would like to see. And also, again, right at the open, I don't like to take these double bottoms because they could be fake outs. But you can see once it gets above the VWAP, it becomes a beautiful play towards the top. You're aiming towards this level here and the high of the day. It hits that just perfectly and hits even higher. So again, that was a good play there. But at the open, if you look at even the 1-minute chart, this is very choppy, very hard to take an entry in this area. Next, we have BBBY. This was one that we were expecting more out of it, but man, it was just pure chop, guys. It's just not trading clean. You had this beautiful drop here, then it rebounds, then drops back down again. So again, just not giving you any good indication of a good play on BBY. At least for me, I couldn't find where to get in on this one. It was just seemed very choppy all over the place. Again, so I thought it was going to trade a lot cleaner based on all the stuff we had going on with it, but we didn't get that yesterday from BBBY. And here's Roku. Roku, again, another one that engulfs the previous candle completely. Here, this looks like a good entry for a short, and then it squeezes right back up towards the VWAP and then takes off. So again, this was also a very tough play. If you was looking for engulfing crack breakdown here, this would have stopped you out at VWAP. Then eventually just kind of gets on the VWAP and just kind of hits higher, hits the high of the day. But again, just a tough trade at the open as well on Roku. Then we had some possible guys. THO was one that was really strong. This one here kind of breaks up first and then comes into a point here, higher highs, higher lows on the 5-minute. And then you get the breakout, the beautiful breakout towards the top, hitting the high of the day, and then takes off from there. Never really looks back. Anyone that was trying to get a short on this one, you had to be patient because that short opportunity did not come into about 12:30 or so noontime. Again, so just very strong stock right off the open. And again, don't get fooled. This is going from 54 all the way. The high of the day at that time at that first opening candle is 57.50. So again, that's a very big pop there plus $3. Another one that also was good was Com. Com was one that we were watching for a possible breakout. It started off well, but then from there just got choppy. It didn't really give you much. But again, this was one that was also a possible on earnings. All right, folks, let's get into what we have today on the SPY, Norm. What do we have going on? Hope you're feeling better, man. I know your son has been, I was telling people earlier, your son has a fever, so you're a little bit...
Yeah, I'm feeling all right. He woke up with 104.2 fever, so I'll be out of the room after the pre-market show today. But thank you for asking. SPY's gapping up about 1/3%. I haven't seen any real specific news going on, anything too exciting. I think people are just somewhat optimistic about trade getting, some kind of headway in that, not resolved. That would be a huge stretch, but meetings later in the month between China and the U.S. Economic calendar today, we've got one of the Fed members speaking at 9:45, so 15 minutes into the market. We've got manufacturing PMI, and then at 10 a.m. we've got construction spending and the ISM manufacturing index. Of course, it's the first of the month. We will also have motor vehicle sales that are coming out throughout the day, and there's no specific time. They just get released at various times throughout the day. So it's kind of what's going on. Not a lot of news. Once again, just a reminder, this is the second of the 2-day Jewish holiday, Rosh Hashanah. So market volume will probably be a little bit light. We saw some of that yesterday. Things not some moves that would have been a little bit cleaner. Would pull back a little bit quicker than normal. Apple was a good example of that. While it was a really clean move on Apple, I think what took place in that stock yesterday had its relative volume up close to 2 at the open, and it just slowly got ground down close to normal volume yesterday. So I think that would have been considerably higher on that breakout move. Mm-hmm. But there were some times throughout the day, if you pull up a 5-minute, you can kind of see where they just whipped back really fast at a couple of times on the pullbacks that might have been a little bit smoother. So they were kind of head fakes, specifically like around noon, that one right there, around 10 a.m., same thing. So anyway, that's what we got going on today.
All right, excellent. So even now, right now, just looking at Apple, this looks interesting to begin with. Looking at our list, this looks like it might want to test this previous high right over here as well. So again, this could be a good continuation today. Definitely worth putting on our list. And actually, the volume looks pretty good for Apple, starting out 243. So you know what? I'm going to add Apple as one of our first ones on our list. Just because this daily looks very nice, guys. If we can break above this, the next resistance on here, if we go back, it's at least 52-week high, so that's good. Oh no, that's all-time high, right, Norm? I believe. Right.
No. Last fall it was in the low 230s.
230. Oh, okay, here it is. Yep. Okay, perfect.
So we're getting close to it, but very close, we're not quite there.
Yeah, so that'll be good, guys. This will be the next resistance point here. Again, looks very active this morning. All right, next we have a VIVE. So VIVE on our Trade Ideas Gappers list. This one is up 26%, 707,000 shares traded so far. Daily chart looks a little bit funky. It doesn't look as clean. Let's look at the flow. Oh, there it is. That's why the flow is 170,000. So again, that is extremely low. This is a low flow stock. You can tell here how this is trading. Just the daily chart doesn't look as clean, but they're up 26% with some good volume. So this could be the low flow of the day, guys. I'm going to throw this down here over in our low flow pile for a low flow team. This could be one that is very active this morning, so we'll keep that one on here. All right, next we have X. So let's see what's going on with X. All right, so X on here we have some activity on X. So X is down, what is this now, 5.6. So it looked like it was going to make a comeback, right? In the last couple of days was trading nicely. We were able to catch a few good pops out of this. Looked like it was going to break out of 1150 in its moving averages. But now we're down quite a bit on X, 5.6. No, any specific news why X is dropping today?
Yeah, they sunk a $700 million investment into another steel company. And then they got an analyst downgrade yesterday as well. So That's what's causing that.
All right, excellent. Yeah, so X definitely in play, guys. Has been pretty good to trade the last couple of days. We had a good trade on, I think it was Monday last week. That was an amazing trade on X, so we'll definitely put X on here and take advantage of anything that can give us. So that is it for our gappers list. Obviously today, as Norm mentioned, is a Jewish holiday, so things are a little bit slower, including traffic for me getting into the office. So that is great. Love it, because you could tell the difference. Everybody's either at home or not working today. So BIVEs, you can see here, guys, not much going. I mean, I'm sorry, this was good. This was the low flow. Eric is the one that does not have much going on. This is usually on our list, but doesn't trade very well. Very choppy. Foreign stock, you can tell by the daily chart as well. So we'll skip that one. NASDAQ ETF slightly down. We have TVIX on here. TVIX is flat for the most part, not doing much. SNNA penny stock, we see this quite a bit here in our gappers list, but again, it's just not really anything we like to trade. Just really trading by pennies here. Apple we have on our list. I think Apple is one of the best on our watch list so far. Has a good daily chart and a good possible breakout if we can get above this. NASDAQ ETF pretty much flat for the moment. AMD here is also pretty flat right now, but on a day like this when things are pretty quiet, AMD is a good one to watch because they're going to get the volume. Maybe they can actually trade in a certain way and we can actually get something out of that. So we'll throw AMD on there. FCEL penny stock as well, guys. They're trading at 33 cents. Not really anything we want to look at. Next we have TLT. TLT is this stock we have traded before in the past. Is a little bit funky, but again, it's a treasury. I've seen people trade this stuff. I usually do not trade it. Today it looks like it wants to drop here just based off technicals, but again, you have to know a lot more to trade this stuff here. Again, so you got to be very careful. But again, it looks like just based on technicals and the daily chart alone that this could be a nice drop if you can lose this moving average here and head towards this level. So if you like trading these, this is one that you can definitely watch today. BIBE here is on our list already. GERN. We have looked at this in the past a while back. I don't recall around what time frame it was, but we did look at this before. I don't remember if it's a low flow or not. Let's double check here. GERN. It's not a low flow. It's 185 million shares flow. It is up 14% today. It trades horrible, as you can see in the daily chart. Does not trade very clean. Today is up quite a bit with some okay volume. Looks like we don't have a very clean pre-market activity on the 5. As you can see, it's very choppy. So we'll throw it down here as a possible, just in case today we can get something out of it. But right now, pre-market activity not looking all that great at the moment. SPI, this one has been the talks of a lot of Twitter on social media and things like that, because it's been just so active. People are been trading this. I believe it is a low flow stock, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it is 9.2 million shares flow, so it is on the lower side. Right now, it does not have a lot of volume, but it is gapping up 12.2 after gapping up huge a couple of days ago and holding, right? So usually when these stocks hold like this, they tend to go for another run. Obviously, the news held. Usually, if something pops like this on a low flow stock and a couple of days it sells back down, the news was not strong enough, but this one here is holding, so it could be a good possible continuation play for SPI if you are trading low flow. This is one that you can watch, up 12% today. Not much volume, so hopefully that volume can get going as we get closer to the open. CHFS. This one is garbage, no volume. Next we have CFMS, also no volume, not much going on there. OCGN, also no volume, nothing there. CATB, no volume. PHUN, also nothing going on. SFIX has a little bit of volume, but again, not a good pre-market activity, so not much going on there. NBEV is always on this list, but not doing much. And then we have down here, let's look at CADA. The only reason I'm looking at this one is because we traded in the past and actually traded very well when it was in play. So today we have not much volume, not much activity on ACAD. Norm, what do you like this morning aside from what we have already on here?
Well, as you discussed, I like Apple a lot. I'm going to have my eye on that one today. I'm going to keep my eyes on BBBY. They report tomorrow, and they had some interesting action yesterday, so I'm going to see if anything clean comes out of that today. MKC reported earnings this morning with a solid beat and guidance raise. They're not, it needs volume, but MKC usually doesn't have any volume pre-market, so I'll keep my eye on that, see if anything comes of it. SFIX, which you briefly touched on, I think it was on Gainers. I'll have my eye on them. They report tonight.
Oh,
They're
nice.
up 3.2% with about 60,000 in volume. I anticipate they'll get more volume. That is a short squeeze candidate potentially. If it starts popping, it's only a 42 million share float. It's got 34% short interest. So I'll see if anything starts to come of that. It looks like on the daily it double bottomed in the 18 or just under 18. And like I said, it has earnings tonight, so it could be interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that could be good. Actually, what we should do here is, and I'm going to try to see how we figure out the layout, how we could put our main watch list earning plays, right? Because some of these earning plays, although they might not have the volume, they could trade very well. Look at THO yesterday, right? THO yesterday didn't have the volume, and it was a great play. So we'll try to see how we can split this up so we have our main watch list earning plays and then possibles, low flow stuff and riskier stocks towards the bottom. So we'll figure that out, make it a little more cleaner there. All right, so yeah, so these are good, guys. Now let's look at the chat rooms. What do you guys like today? We have MNK. MNK's been pretty active over the last couple of days. Going to remove these levels. It seems too congested here. So at the moment, not much going on in regards to pre-market activity, but the volume is there, 240,000. I'm trying to see where that 240 is coming from. Again, I don't see a lot on the activity right now, but it on the daily does look interesting. It does look like it wants to possibly test this 3 again, and then you have some other levels on here if it can get going, if it can get the volume right. But it's got to get here. It's got to get to 3. It's got to get above that and start squeezing higher. But it does look like it's doing some bottoming action here around 250ish, 240ish, finding some support. Again, just the pre-market activity is not looking all that great, so we'll throw it down here as a possible. I'll see what we can get out of that. Let's look at SFIX we have. So FX is definitely on here. We'll look at that one in more detail. MCD. MCD, yeah, this is also another one that looks good on the daily, like it wants to head lower. So it looks a little bit short bias. It hit this resistance over at 215, which has been support in the past. So this can head lower here. Daily chart's a little funky, but that's normal for McDonald's. Usually their daily chart, if you look at it, it does not trade very well. Did have a nice trading here, though. Look at this beautiful uptrend. Then from here to here, it just has been very choppy. But we know why, guys. If you look at the SPY, right? Look at this. This is pure chop, right? So when the SPY is trading like this, that's what you're going to get in these other stocks. It's going to affect the way these stocks trade. Look how beautiful this was trading before. And then with the SPY madness, look what you're getting. So here, guys, not too sure on McDonald's. This could be a good possible. I see what you're looking at. It does look like it's hitting some resistance here, bouncing back down. So that could be a good possible as we get later into the open. ENDP. ENDP, not much volume, guys, right now. I'm not seeing anything too crazy on this one at the moment. What else we have? TVIX and UVIX, UVXY, Joshua, those are ones that you can play based on the market's doing, right? The market's dropping, which looks like the market's heading up. This one is dropping here. So if the market does some kind of drop, this is a good one to scalp. I don't usually watch TVIX on my watch list unless the SPY drops. I do have a chart of the SPY up, so the SPY does something crazy, we can switch to TVIX and trade that. But again, guys, remember, you have to be really, really careful when trading TVIX. Be careful with the number of shares you take on that type of stock. All right, let's see what we have over on the YouTube chat here. So SFIX we have. What else? MCD we looked at. MKC we have. MNK we have as well, so they'll have a possible drug test results. Okay, so we'll definitely keep that on our list here, see what we can get out of that. NERV, all right, we got some volume coming in on NERV. We have traded it in the past. We can see we have some levels on here. It's a nice big drop of 26%. Yeah, this is one that we definitely want to keep on our list. Volume is creeping in now, but you know, a drop this big, you definitely want to have that on your list. See what we can get out of that. It's a 36 million shares flow, so it is not a low flow. It is a lower price, but it's still you could definitely still manage your risk on this here. Pre-market activity looking a little bit funky, most likely because the volume is not all there. So hopefully we can get some activity out of this as we get closer to 9:15. But definitely one that I want to have on our list. Snap is active. Thank you, stock operator. Let's see what's going on here. So Snap. It's got the volume. Pre-market activity is not looking all that great, but this is typical for Snap. But Snap has given us, like as we mentioned before, several days where we got some good pops out of it right at the open, just taking off. So Again, Snap has been interesting. Usually the normal ATR for Snap is really small, but if you look at the size of the candles in the last few weeks, they have gotten a lot bigger than what they usually are. So they're trading a lot cleaner, a lot better. I guess as it gets a higher price, I think it's starting to trade a lot cleaner. Maybe that has something to do with it, because when this thing was at $9 and $7, it was not trading well at all. We kind of banned it from our list, but right now it's about to get over 100,000, so it will hit our scanners if it can get above 100,000 in volume and 2%. So we can throw it on here as a one to look at in more detail as we get later into the morning. Make some room right in here. Snap. All right, onshore selling restriction today. Snap. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Snap. That's another one. Okay, no, they're good. No short selling restrictions on Snap. AU. We'll do a few more, guys. AU.
Man, A is a gold mining company, so generally they're just going to fluctuate with the price of gold. I mean, it's not that you can't trade them, it's just I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Personally, it's not something we trade a lot in the room.
Same here. Let's look at Roku. Roku, guys. Yeah, Roku's going to be interesting for the next couple of days. Right now, the volume is just so low, though. And again, didn't trade very well yesterday neither. So again, I think this will be a good one to watch, but I'm really going to wait for this one to hit the scanners, guys. I'm not going to have this one on my list today. Just not much going on at the moment. ACAD we looked at earlier. Just again, not much activity happening on ACAD. Give us a couple of good days. We traded this on this gap up here, and it sold off. That was nice. But right now the volume is very light. Does not mean that it cannot get going, right? But again, right now not doing much. What do we have? ETFC. What stock is this? Oh, that's E-Trade. It's a nice big drop here on these guys. All right, some new. This happened.
They're getting killed by. This is Interactive Brokers announcing IB Lite, essentially to compete with Robinhood. So free trades and stuff that came out, I believe, on Friday. Dropped all these. It dropped E-Trade. It dropped TD Ameritrade. So
yeah, so they're filling this now. Yes, this could be a. Let's put this on the list down here because we're not going to watch all of them. So we have ETFC. We have, what's the other one? AMDT, which is Ameritrade. Yeah, this one's also dropping. NTD.
Yeah, same deal. I think it was Monday or Friday, Andrew tweeted out something about that.
Yeah, I did
the
see
rush
that.
to zero on commissions. I said next step they're going to pay us to trade these stocks. Be nice.
All right, so CH, and then the other one is SCHW. Yeah, all right, so we got quite a bit. So these three, we'll put them on here together. Then we'll pick the best one. I'm not going to waste a lot of watch list real estate with the same type of stocks that are trading the same type of news, right? So we'll pick the best one with the best volume, and we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, so I think we have quite a bit here. Go ahead.
Jared C. was mentioning in the room, this is happening now, so IB Lite is coming out. No, they I think it comes out in October. I'm not 100%, but I believe it comes out on October. So, but stocks price in future action. They don't price in current stuff. So,
yep, absolutely.
The news broke Friday, so people are taking into account how bad it's going to take away customers from some of these other platforms, or brokers, excuse me.
All right, folks, let's get into some announcements. We'll come back to this list. We have quite a bit here. We got some of the main stuff here. We got some possibles, and then we also got some other ones here as well that look active. And then we have the news on IB and all these other brokers, how they're taking a hit. So we'll pick the best one out of all these today. Looks like Ameritrade TD has the most volume at the moment, but we'll pick the best one out of these bunch over here. So let's get to announcements, guys. Let's go over to Norm. What do we have in regards to announcements for today?
So the New York City meetup with Dr. Steenbarger, the pictures are on Facebook. If you went to it, go take a look, see if you can find yourself, download whatever you like. That's #1 best trader competition ends on October 15th. Somebody clarified that for me yesterday. You can go to onebesttrader.com to see the live leaderboards. Pretty cool. Bearable Traders nominated the Benzinga FinTech Awards. People's Choice category of Best Financial Literacy Tool. If you like the content we put out, we would love your vote. It takes about 2 seconds if you follow the link that ABO will put up. Meetups, we've got St. Louis coming up October 19th. That'll be with William and Kurt. San Diego, October 26th. Andrew will be there. It coincides with the TI conference. If you're in that area and can make it, I would highly suggest going to the TI conference. If you can't make it to America's Finest City, they do stream it. So keep your eyes out for that. Clearwater Beach, Florida meetup, November 16th. We had a number of non-members at that meetup that asked about potentially becoming members. So for them, we have put in the discount code New York City. No spaces, just New York City. It'll get you 30% off a lifetime membership or 25% off an annual membership. And then if you're in YouTube and you want to try out the chat room where we trade live all day, you can use a 1-week trial discount. Use the promo code PREMARKET24, just as it shows on the screen. Does not auto-renew and does not turn into another membership. Also, if you subscribe, hit the notification bell. You will be notified when new content it pops up on YouTube, and such as Williams Trade Review at 3 p.m. this afternoon when he goes live with that. Also, we're proud to be sponsoring Traders for a Cause. Their big event's coming up October 11th through 13th. It's really a good way to get back to the trading community, the financial community. If you go to their website, just Google Traders for a Cause. You can see the charities that they've donated to and get more information on that.
All right, excellent, guys. Let's get to it. Let's get this list a little bit smaller. See what we like here and come up with a more fine-tuned list of this bunch here. So let's start off with AMD. So AMD, again, I threw it on here thinking I was not going to have a lot to watch, but this list looks very active. So I'm going to take AMD off. AMD was one of those stocks just as a good possible in case our list was a little bit smaller. So we'll take AMD off. X is active. We're going to keep this. Look at this beautiful drop. Look at this beautiful trading in the pre-market. It's exactly what you want to see in a stock that we want to have on our watch list. So we'll definitely keep this one on here. Let's go look at some levels. So looking at the daily, we do have an area of support right on here at 1019. 1019 has been supported twice. As you can see off the top, that's a good area for a bounce. The low of the day right now, the low of the pre-market, 1067. So I'm going to mark that down. It's a good area too because you do have several days, good midpoint between this big support down here, several days supporting that 1067 on the dot. Look at these couple of 3 days right on there, just bouncing off that day of that level. And then below that we have 1019. That's a great possible level. I'm not going to add too much on this stock today, guys. Look at all the levels we have towards the top. We have the previous highs and lows from the last 2 trading days right in here. Previous day close, a lot of two moving averages at least right in here coming in with the highs of yesterday and the day before, last trading day Friday, right? It's on here. So again, I'm thinking plenty of resistance towards the top. If we're able to break out up or down towards the top, the next area that could be an area of resistance could be this 1212. So I'm going to mark that down. I think that's a good area that we can have there. So then towards the bottom, 1019 was the last one we had. I'm trying to see towards the bottom we have anything else down here. Let's go back real quick. Yeah, I think it's been a while. I'm not sure if we're all-time low with X. No, we're not. We got some stuff all the way back here going back 2015, 2016. So again, not really pretty far out, but I'm just going to find the best possible level just in case we drop that 1019. Looks like 948, right? 950. You can see you could draw a line right through the area of support and resistance. Look at what's support right on here. Once it lost a beautiful drop, comes back and retests that, drops again, and then finally when it comes back to retest in this area, it's able to break out of it this time. Look at that beautiful pop, right? Not a coincidence, guys. All these guys are here waiting for this level to be broken. Once this level is broken, you can see the beautiful pop, volume comes in. So now we want to have that level as a possible support. If we get to that, if we can break this 1019, 948 by far is a stronger support than 1019. This one has been held several times going back quite a few on there in the chart. So that's for X. NERV. NERV has some volume, is down quite a bit, 25%. So I do like that. I'm going to mark down low of the pre-market 520. Above that, we do have the high of the pre-market at 7. So that's great as well. In between here for the last couple of days, you do have some areas of support that it has created. 642, you can see the bounce between 7 and 642, which is holding that support right on there. Trying to break out of 7, cannot, comes back and retests that 642. not once but twice, and then finally be able to break out of that $7 resistance there. So then again, you want to have that on there. Then towards the bottom, guys, if we can lose this 520, look at the drop here. I mean, this is a beautiful gap, beautiful drop here on this gap up, and then just comes right down to this 522 and bounces off. Now if we can lose that 522, 410, obviously a clear level here. We have another one right in here. We have several days using this as support around 480. So I'm going to mark that down, because from 520 to 410, that's a long way down. I don't think you're going to get there in one nice clean move. So you want to have some levels on there. So I think that's plenty for NERV. Again, I think the stock, the pre-market activity is starting to get going. Doesn't look all that great right now, but it hopefully turns out better. Snap. I'm on the fence on Snap, and actually we have some levels already on Snap. We don't need to add anymore. Towards the bottom, highs and low, the two lows from the last two trading days. You could add this one all the way down here, right? Nice, beautiful bounce of 1460. But then from there towards the top, you have 1640. You have the high from Friday, which is right at 17. You can see how that 17 is an important resistance for this stock. Tested several times here and here the last couple of days. Broke out, but it came right back down to it. Then we have 1765 and all the way up here 1835. So I'm not going to add any more on Snap. Not sure if I'm going to keep this one. So we'll see how it gets towards the end of the pre-market show. BBBY, guys, not too active right now. It's a good possible, but right now the activity is not all there. So I'm going to remove this one. You know what? We'll give it a little space. Let's give it a little space to see what it can do. High of our pre-market sitting at 1097, which is very close to this area here of resistance. So we'll keep that there. Above that, we do have a couple of days consolidating. Nothing major in regards to pivot points or rejecting and doing a clean rejection of a level. So I'm going to pick the best possible daily level we have up here, which seems to be this one, around 12 bucks, right? 12 bucks. If you draw a line right on there, you can see you have your area coming down, found some support on these several days, and then a little bit of resistance, not much. Comes back and retests that 12 before it starts dropping down. Again, not as clean or strong level as we have when you get these beautiful reverse candles, right? So it comes down here and pops back up. That's a very clean, strong support at 737. You don't get that there because it's more of a consolidation, but I think that 12 mark is going to be good for us to have here. So that is on BBY. Towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last two trading days. So you have plenty on there, and also tons of moving averages, guys. You got about 3 moving averages down here that you can play off. So I'm not going to add too much on BBY. Also, might not be one that I keep today, depending how the rest of this list looks. MKC. MKC is good for a possible. They do have earnings, as Norm mentioned earlier today. But guys, I'm not going to watch this one. At the moment, I'll wait for this one to hit our scanner, so I'm going to get rid of this one. SFIX is one that I do like the way the daily chart is setting up. Doesn't have great volume at the moment, but if this can get going, this could be a good possible to head higher. So it might not be on my main list, but it will be on my secondary list to watch. Clear level right over here, guys, at 22.19. High of our pre-market, not far from the pre-market, from the price action right now at 220. And our low is sitting right at the high of yesterday, so I'm not going to mark that down. It's right in here around 1954. Then towards the bottom between 1950 and all the way down to almost 80. You have plenty of levels here. Previous day closed, the lows and highs from the last two trading days in here as well. So you don't even really need to add any more. And this level here is a very nice, strong, clean level around 1780, where we have tested it several times here, here, and here. So again, we kind of have, like as Norm mentioned, we kind of have a double bottom setting up here. So this could be a beautiful breakout on the daily if we can get going above some of these levels. Towards the top, 22.19 is quite a long way to go. So let's find a level in here that can look clean. I don't see anything that's very clean at the moment, but I'm going to mark this one 21.42. Several reasons. You have several days testing this here. And then also you have a nice moving average right around there. So you got several things that are happening around that 21.42 that it will be worth watching. But as you know, guys, you got to be careful with the whole dollar number. So if you get into this trade for the breakout and you hit 2050, you hit 21, expect some kind of loss of momentum and resistance around those dollar numbers. So you want to be able to be ready for that. All right, let's head down to what else we have down here. BIVE is the low flow of the day, guys. This one is actually very active. 830,000 shares traded so far. I am going to mark the high of the pre-market sitting at 586. I'm going to mark that down. And then above that, we do have an area right in here, which seems to be interesting, 718. Then when you don't have such a clean daily chart, it's hard to find levels, right? This daily chart is not creating any type of nice flow where you can say, okay, this is clearly a level, right? So that makes it harder to find these levels. So I'm gonna do the best we can here with what we have. So I think right around here, 987 is a good level as well. 891 is also a great level. And also be on the lookout for the whole dollar numbers. This is a low flow stock. So most likely you want to play the price action, right? If you get into this trade, you can get 20, 30, 40, 50 cents, you know, make sure you play that accordingly and don't expect to get to 718, you know, from 550, right? So be very careful on how you play these low flow stocks. GERN, I'm going to remove GERN. I don't see anything great right now. SPI has been very active on Twitter. A lot of people trading this stuff since it gapped up a few days ago. It's been holding and it's been very active, but I'm not going to watch this one. So we'll get rid of that one. MNK is a good possible, guys. Again, it's doing some bottoming action, finding some support around 225. So it could possibly break out. It does have some volume, 313,000 shares traded. It is not a low flow, guys. It is a lower price stock, but it's not a low flow. And when it is in play, it trades very well. We took advantage of this a day over here. Then from there, hasn't had a really good day towards a nice pop. But next level above the high of the pre-market, which is at 270, is $3. Right on there, you have the $3 mark. Above that, you have clean level, obviously, all the way up here, which is 414. And then another one right in here around 362. So plenty of levels there you can play off. Look out for this moving average here. But again, it's going to need some good volume to get going above these all these levels of resistance here, and hopefully be a good play towards the long side. ETFC. So okay, so now here we're getting into the ones that are active with all the IB news. So let's pick the best two possibly. ETFC looks very active. I like this one here, down 13%. Some good volume. TD has the most volume at 618. Schwab, this is Schwab. Yeah, so Schwab, this is probably not the best one. So it looks like ETFC and AMTD, TD Ameritrade, are the two best ones. IB is not doing much at the moment. So I'm going to keep this here. We'll keep them here just in case, right? But I think on our main list, I am moving up ETFC and I am moving up AMTD. So we'll move these two up out of the bunch, and then we'll keep these two down here. It's good possible just in case they hit our scanner. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Too many. Let's find some levels for ETFC, and then we'll fine tune this list a little more. So at the moment, very clean drop right over here. Nice reversal at 39.39. That's very clean. Let's go back towards the left here, see what we find towards the bottom. We haven't been down here in a while, so these guys have not visited this number since back in 2017, early 2017 looks like. All right, so right in here, let's get some areas of support and resistance. So we have a nice consolidation happening here on the dailies. You can see right on here over this time frame, so that's good. We do have the top of that consolidation seems to be 36.24, right? That seems to be the top. You draw a line across that 36.24. You can see how that was resistance, support, and then once we came down to this range, we tested that several times. 1, 2, 3, and I think I saw 4. Yeah, several times. So 36.24, guys, around that area. You want to have that possible support coming up. Price action is actually sitting right at an area of support and resistance. So I'm going to mark it down. Instead of marking the low of the pre-market, I'm going to mark down 37.70. You can see how you have some areas here of support and resistance. So I think this would be more important to have than the actual low of the pre-market, which is actually right on there, close to that 37.60. But it looks like it might want to break from that. Below 36.24. You have the bottom of this consolidation is obviously down here, 33.15. We'll mark that down. And then right in between here, you do have some areas of 34.62. You can also probably put this at 35, probably be a better number. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, 35 is actually a whole lot better support. You can see several days testing that 35 range on here. They do go below it. That's what I was looking at, possibly 34 something. But 35 does have a good areas of support, and also it's a whole dollar number. So something about these whole dollar numbers, as you're going to find out as you keep trading more, they tend to have some kind of action when every time a price gets close to that whole number. So I think we have plenty of levels for ETFC. Towards the top, guys, we have 39.39, and obviously this drop right over here, 41.46, and then above here, tons of levels. I am very short bias on this stock today, though, as the way it is dropping at the moment. AMTD, also same situation here, guys. So let's go back We do have a reversal right here, 42.13. Let's go back. Let's see when it's still. I don't know if we could find an area. Should be around the same time frame. I would think these stocks, they all tend to move together. A little later in the year 2017, we do have some errors here as well. So you do have a clear resistance right over here at 40, right at the $40 mark. You do have a clear level down here at 36.23. And you do have one right around here on 37.61. So I think those are very good levels so far for AMTD. So we'll see you guys again. Very active. Oh, it's losing that 40 nicely. I think, again, these two guys are going to be very active today to watch. Definitely one of our favorites. All right, guys, this is our main list, not our fine-tune list. Andrew's going to come on right now. We're going to check this list and fine-tune it. Again, there's a lot on here. We have Apple, we have X, NERV, Snap, BBY. BBY, we'll take off BBY. Now it doesn't look too active. SFIX as well, if it can break out of this. ETF and AMTD also trading really nice and really active. Guys, thank you for joining on YouTube. Andrew's going to come on now and fine-tune this list. Again, if you have not tried our chat room, check out that code that Abiel has sent out. You can definitely get a tryout at a discount and see what we're all about. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time. Have a safe trading day.